For the third straight season, through this big rebuilding phase for the Memphis Grizzlies, they have come out yet again with an even bigger jump. Already this season, going on a 10-game winning streak against teams such as the Warriors, the Suns, the Lakers, the Nets, the Cavaliers, except the Lakers, some of the best teams in the entire NBA this season. Two of them already we know are the best two teams in the NBA this season, and the Grizzlies are right now the third ranked team in the Western Conference. You know, Ja Morant is the face of this franchise. He is their best player, but let's be real here. Ja Morant is going to be definitely in the MVP conversation as this year ends, and their head coach, Taylor Jenkins, will definitely be in consideration as coach of the year. But not only that, but Desmond Bane is going to possibly win Most Improved Player of the Year. And really, the key to success for this Memphis Grizzlies team, as we all know, is their tremendous depth that they have on this roster. This is a team that can literally go out and have a 12-man deep rotation. Having Kyle Anderson, who's a great all-around player, even on the defensive end, he isn't bad. Having Steven Adams, a really solid, strong center in the middle of the paint. Having D'Anthony Melton coming off the bench, who's instant offense for this Grizzlies team. Having Brandon Clark as well, who's another great addition. Having Tyus Jones as another great ball handler when Ja Morant's not in the game. And the rookie Zaire Williams has really shown the potential to one day possibly become a great two-way player in the NBA. And let's not forget about Dillon Brooks, who, even though he has been hurt for a good amount of the season, he's still been a really main contribution for this Grizzlies team and the development of their future. And of course, with Jaren Jackson Jr., who was a lottery pick, one of the top picks in the NBA draft, he has been a really great piece on this Grizzlies team as well. As we all know, he has the potential to really be a great defensive player one day, possibly in the contention for winning Defensive Player of the Year, maybe one day. But as we all know, if he gets that three-point shot really unpacked, then there's really no stopping him from really becoming the best power forwards in the NBA. Alongside that, making the Grizzlies an even better team than they are right now. What makes this Memphis Grizzlies team really special as well is that this team can really throw a majority of lineups at you. That's the special part, really, in having Ja Morant as well, because as we all know, Ja Morant, he really likes to attack the rim a lot. He's a Derrick Rose 2.0 when you really think about it. But having him and you surround him with amazing shooters, in which they have on this roster, really opens up many opportunities for him. But they can go big and throw Steven Adams in the lineups. They can go small. This team, they can throw a variety of things at you. And really what makes them special overall is that they're an all-around team. They have so many options of players who they can throw at you that it makes them really hard to really play. They kind of remind me in that way, similar to how the Raptors were when they had Kawhi Leonard that season. Similarly, in this version of having Ja Morant, rosters aren't really far apart from how they were being built. But looking at just the success overall with the Grizzlies, even without Ja Morant, they're 11-2 this season. But with Ja Morant, of course, we all know how successful this team really is, and he makes them 10 times better than what they already are. And really for him, this season, his numbers across the field have jumped up drastically. Most really in his points per game. He's averaging this season 25.8 points per game. He just the other night had 41 points, which is really insane. But he's averaging around 7 assists, which is typical for him now. And he's actually shooting a career high in his three-point percentage with 35%. And he's attempting more per game than ever this season at 4.5 three-pointers this season alone. And he's shooting 48% from the field overall. Very, very efficient for a guy like him, who, of course, majority of the time attacks the rim. Ja Morant, though, you have a guy who is a great isolation player who can attack the rim at will, who can blow by defenders when he wants to. You have a guy who's a really great overall playmaker who has been improving as a three-point shooter, at finding his teammates in the half court as well, and he can even rebound pretty well for a point guard as well. And as I said earlier, he's become a more efficient shooter from the field. So this guy, he's dangerous, and he is really going to only get better. What I really love about this Memphis Grizzlies team is that they have a majority of their guys are still young on this roster. As a matter of fact, there isn't nobody on this team who is actually over the age of 30. Three of the guys who they did draft, though, were in college for several years, majority enough in their key core pieces of players. And they have Desmond Bane, and Desmond Bane coming to the NBA, he was a late first round pick. The reason why he came into the NBA already so successful is simply due to the fact that he was a more polished player, so he was ready to play in the NBA. He's similar as well to Dylan Brooks. You could even say Ja Morant, who was in college for 2 years as well. Overall, with their key core pieces and players such as Ja Morant, who is the future of the Memphis Grizzlies franchise, having Desmond Bane, who's another great talented player, and having Dylan Brooks, who's really that guy who is more of the second option when he's healthy on this Memphis Grizzlies team, and Jared Jackson Jr., these are really their key core pieces of players who they have and who guys who are still growing and improving as basketball players. In this team, they're so talented that they are the top-ranked offensive rebounding team this season in the NBA. But not only that, they ranked 9th overall in offensive rating and 8th overall in defensive rating this season. And you know, think about the Grizzlies. I can go on and on, but look, they were coming into the season with not high expectations, especially with the talent that was supposed to happen this season in the Western Conference. And well, for them right now, they are one of the best teams in the entire NBA, and well, they're only getting better. When I look at Ja Morant and I see his development and his growth as the years goes by, he's really turned into a really great leader, and he's carrying on basically what that Memphis Grizzlies type of players mentality, with the grit and the grind. Like, these guys, they don't play and they talk trash to their opponents. They have that old school kind of vibe to them in that sense as well. So the future is really bright for the Memphis Grizzlies. They have great rookies still now on their team, alongside of their veteran mix of players and their main core pieces for the next several years, and making a legit contender out in the Western Conference for themselves. And well, this is just the beginning for them. So there's not really much more that I can say other than, well, let's just see how it all turns out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos each and every single week. Have a great day. Peace.